Hey guys, welcome back to the WeCare Podcast. I'm Molly, RN.
And I'm Lauren, the newest nurse practitioner at WeCare.
So today's episode is really exciting because I am officially getting to introduce the newest nurse practitioner here at WeCare, Lauren. So if you've been following us for a while, you know WeCare has grown into so much more than aesthetics. We focus heavily on wellness, hormone optimization, medical weight loss, peptide therapy, and IV hydration, and really just helping people feel their best from the inside out. And Lauren is going to help play a huge role in that side of patient care. So Lauren, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, thanks for having me.
So I always love hearing about how people end up where they are because it's not always, just a random situation. So tell everybody a little bit about how you found WeCare and what made you interested in joining our practice.
Oh, so I actually worked with Jordan back in 2013 in the ER. So I knew her, pretty much my whole nursing career, and I was super excited when she decided to open up her own wellness clinic. And I was really big into bodybuilding and jiu-jitsu at the time. And, bodybuilding kind of wrecks your hormones if you're not careful. And right. Jordan, I went immediately to her and she corrected them. And I thought, wow, this is great. This is wonderful. And I've been a lifelong, patient of hers since.
That's awesome. So what stood out to you about, what we do here that kind of made you interested in us? On not only being a patient, but a provider?
I think it's knowing that you're actually making a difference and you're seeing the difference in people. And I know the kind of person Jordan is and what she stands for. Mm-hmm. And so it was really quite an easy decision.
Right. Jordan's amazing to work for. So one thing that people don't often realize is that hormone optimization and medical weight loss are still medicine. This isn't just the med spa fluff stuff. Right. There's real science, labs, patient management, and ongoing care involved. So tell us about your background and path into becoming a nurse practitioner.
Oh, it's a long one.
Give me the history.
Give you the scoop. Okay. So I became a nurse in 2013 and I did my undergrad at Georgia Highlands. Worked as an RN in various modalities. I mean, it was surgery, ER, ICU. I did PICC lines for a little while. And then at that 10-year mark, I was like, I really kind of want to do a little more, and I feel like I can do more. Mm-hmm. So I went back to UAB and got my adult acute care nurse practitioner and got a subspecialty with a RN first assist because surgery was predominantly my background.
Okay.
Graduated in 2023, did internal medicine, emergency medicine, and neurosurgery. And then decided, had a good conversation with Jordan when I was actually getting my hormone pellets one day. And she talked me into coming to WeCare. It was a pretty easy sell, honestly.
Right. Well, it was pretty easy, being able to welcome you on board just because I'd seen you in the office and stuff too. So right. I knew who you were before Jordan even brought up the idea. So how long was your experience like in internal medicine kind of stuff?
I did internal medicine for about a year.
About a year.
So
lots of people, women spend years being told everything is normal. We hit on this a lot in a lot of our podcasts. But of course they still feel exhausted, overwhelmed, gaining weight, not sleeping well, struggling with the brain fog, the low libido, all of that. So what made you passionate about the hormone therapy and wellness kind of specialty specifically?
Well, because I'm every person that walks through our door. I'm a parent that works full time. I'm a grandparent too. I like to throw that out there.
I always forget about that.
Everybody forgets that I have a grandchild. And I'm a full-time worker, I'm a partner. And I know what it feels like to be exhausted. Like I say, I'm every person that walks through the door and says, I'm tired. And I've had plenty of healthcare professionals look at me and go, everything's normal. And if this is what normal feels like, this is not good. Right. This is not good at all. So Jordan was the first person to really sit down, listen to me, and actually make me feel better. And I thought, man, I want to be like her.
Right? I know everybody
be
wants
like
to be
that.
like Jordan. So it is awesome how, you've seen both sides now of the practice. So that's really kind of a cool thing that patients now get to experience meeting with you, because you have your own personal stories to share with the clients too, on how everything has helped you, and then how you can continue to kind of push that forward and help them too.
Correct. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. So let's see. I also think there's lots of misunderstanding around things like peptide therapy, plus, along with the hormone replacement, all those, black box warnings and things like that. But can you explain a little bit about what hormone optimization actually means?
So just like anything else in medicine, you have a range. Let's say it's 0 to 10. And most of the time, you like your patients to be in the median. That's what we're taught, is keep our patients in that median zone. I like to have you more closer to the 10. I want you on the right side of that bell curve. I want you optimized. There's a very big difference in telling, okay, well, you're normal. You're in between 0 and 10. I don't know about you, but I want to feel like a 10.
Right. So who potentially, benefits from hormone optimization?
Everyone. Everybody. Premenopause, postmenopause, men, women, everybody.
Right. So let's see. What about like safety monitoring? How do you feel about that with hormone replacement? Just because there's been, lots of...
Yeah, there's so much wild misconceptions out there. There's been very poor peer review releases. I've sat down and talked with clients face to face. I've shown these peer reviews. Mm-hmm. I really feel like if this is something that you're going to do and you're going to do it right, it does have to be monitored.
Right.
You do have to have labs. This is not something that you can just kind of very loosely monitor. We keep a tight rein on people, and we listen. So there is a fine line there, I feel like, where you don't always have to look at the numbers. If I have a patient look at me and they're telling me, look, I feel bad, something's wrong, mm-hmm. I have to investigate that, and it's not always found in the lab value.
Right. That is, we hit on that a lot here at WeCare, that just because your labs say you're normal does not mean you're normal. No. So, let's see. Another, service that we do in the Rome office specifically, is where you're working out of, is weight loss. And of course, medical weight loss has really just exploded over the last couple of years. But I think a lot of people are kind of coming close, to the realization, obesity, metabolic dysfunction, a lot of that can be a medical issue. It's not just an issue of willpower. So what's your approach, when meeting with patients over weight loss?
So I have a significant background in bodybuilding, and you hear all the time, it's not a one size fits all. It's not cookie. That's true, because it's not. Everyone's body metabolizes things differently. Everyone responds to medications differently. And just because you do well on one doesn't mean that I'm going to do well on it.
Right. And
it really is about sitting down, listen to what the patient has to tell you, and keeping a close track on how they're doing with mm-hmm. things. If they're not responding well to something, hey, let's try something else.
Right. Because you still see, even in the workout world, there's a lot of GLP-1 use to help sustain things.
Look,
plus, the peptide use.
I'm just going to be honest. And this is just me having a very transparent moment. I wish when I was bodybuilding that these things were around to help curb my hunger during that time, because I would have 1,000% used them. I'm not even joking.
You would have been winning all the contests. So, but there is, again, yes, it does have appetite suppressant, but there is still like the correct way to use them. Like, we're not out here telling people, oh, this is just going to keep you from eating. You're not, need to be in a calorie deficit. It's something that you've got to do correctly. You still have to nourish your body. You still have to do the correct nutrients. You still need to work out. You still need to hydrate.
And that's what I tell people. Yeah. This is a tool.
Right.
This is not a fix-all. You didn't get like this overnight.
Correct.
It's not going to correct it overnight. But while they are using this stuff, making conscious decisions about what they're picking up and putting in their mouth, because the truth of the matter is, and this is something that I've kind of held on to, is I don't live to eat. I eat to live. And when you really hold that, to your chest, it changes your view on food.
One of the biggest things that when I am talking with a weight loss patient is that not everybody has a metabolic issue behind their weight loss. A lot of people, it is, calories in. And so for those people, the appetite suppression, being on it long term, it does help them sit and get that food noise out and that constant hunger craving, and they can sit and plan things out and focus more on the proper nutrition. And when they come off, they have created those new habits and they can sustain it. It's the people with the metabolic issues behind it that, yes, they've created great habits, but when they come off of it, it's not going to, those metabolic issues are still there.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
Okay. So the other thing that we have in the Rome office is IV hydration. So, which, a lot of people think is just kind of trendy until they actually try it. But, what are some of the reasons that, you see people come in for IV therapy?
Dehydration, immunosuppressed patients need these things. I see a lot for a lot of different reasons, just to perk you up. But think about it. We run nonstop. Our society has built us to just run with no rest. That's why fast food is so popular. We can run, we can grab, we can go, but the proper nutrients are never there. And sometimes you just need a hydration boost because you're not drinking a gallon of water a day while you're on the run.
Right. Sucking down that caffeine that I said I know is bad for us.
Yeah, you and your Alanis.
Me and my Alanis.
I'll watch you.
I know. Called out in multiple podcast episodes now. So, all right, let's talk a little bit more about the real Lauren outside of the clinic. Okay. So I got some, kind of quick questions for you. Okay. What's your coffee order?
White chocolate mocha. I'm so basic white girl. I'm a basic white girl.
All right, favorite snack?
Popcorn.
Okay. Just like regular buttered popcorn, or are you one of those like sea salt or like care. Okay.
If it's popcorn, just put it in front of me. Done.
All right. So I know what to get at Christmas when those big popcorn tins come out.
I do every year. I do it. Shh.
I love that.
I do every year.
That's hilarious. All right. Favorite way to spend a day off? I know you don't get many of those, but
you already know what it is. Working out.
Working out.
I just want to be in the gym, put my AirPods in, and just go.
Biggest wellness habit you swear by?
Honestly, your water intake and your sleep. Those are the two most important. Sleep is so underrated, but it's I would say it's the most important is your sleep.
I'm terrified for y'all to look at my new sleep score since I've gotten my new little watch to start tracking that. It's not good. Not good. All right. That's goals. Well, you just said the wellness habits you swear by. So obviously that's something you think people should prioritize more for health is the water intake and sleep. Anything else?
Honestly, just speaking from a family standpoint, if I had to prioritize anything above health, it'd be spending time with your family. Your kids are going to grow up. You're not going to have... I see a lot of mothers who are like, I just can't get to the gym. I have the baby. And spend time with your baby. Yeah. You'll have time for the gym. That kid's going to grow up. And because you have a senior, you're watching him walk out the door.
Watching him graduate.
That's it.
Yeah.
Spend time with your kids.
That's why I'm like, oh gosh, our time together is so going to be so different now.
Yep.
What's something patients would never guess about you?
Oh. I'm a lover, not a fighter. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Okay. Most of the time I have people look at my biceps and go, oh, you must fight. No, I don't. It's all for show.
Right. All for show. All bark, no bite.
It's all, yep. That's it. I don't even know if I have a bark anymore. I'm just like, yeah.
It just kind of happens as we get older.
That's it.
I know your favorite Alani is cotton candy. So I don't even have to ask you that because you and I have already been together enough now that we know the Alanis.
It's my favorite.
You brought me my birthday present was actually a nice case of Alani sitting in our
yeah.
fridge. But I promise I only drink one at a time. I'm not somebody that drinks multiples in a day. All right. So moving on from the Alani addiction again. I think, some people can be like really intimidated when they come in to talk about hormones or weight struggles because those are very personal feeling issues. What can patients expect when they come to see you? Kind of walk me through an appointment with Lauren.
I'm going to sit with you. I'm going to listen. And I like to tell people I've lived their life.
Right.
I was very overweight when I gave birth to my son, and I got really, really fit. And now I'm in a median. I'm in that middle of the road where I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm not overweight, and I'm not depleted, because I've been on both ends of that spectrum. So when you come in and you sit down with me, you can expect that I've been in some portion of your life and what you're currently going through.
Love that. It's always great when we can really kind of connect with a client with, our own personal experiences and stuff. And that's one thing, like for me, with being more on the aesthetic side. That's why an aesthetic procedure is out there, or we're going to bring something in the office. You better believe Jordan and I are testing it out before we are putting it on patients, injecting it in patients, or recommending it to patients. So they know we've experienced it too.
Absolutely.
So one thing we've always strived for at WeCare is for patients to feel genuinely cared for and not rushed through like a number. So, one of the things that has stood out to me is how immediately you were just so willing to, you don't just hide out in your room at WeCare. You're out in the lobby, you're greeting the patients. You're like, are you my patient? Are you somebody else's patient? And you are immediately going to welcome that patient back into your room and everything. And you're not scared to communicate, which, sometimes people can be very timid and it's tough to then connect with a provider. So I've really loved that you're just like, okay, well, if I don't know something, I'm just going to come out here and find out who you are and what I need to know. And that's great. It really is great. So, we are so excited to have you in the office. I've loved having you in the Rome office. And I've loved being able to expand, the care that we offer clients in Rome. So feeling good physically and mentally, is such an important part of what we do.
Oh, yeah.
So if you've been curious about hormones, peptides, medical weight loss, IV therapy, Lauren would absolutely love to guide you through the process. So make sure you subscribe, follow WeCare Health and Wellness for more behind the scenes content and future podcast episodes. And don't forget that at the end of the day, we care. That was your line.
Every day, because we do. At WeCare, we care.
So WeCare. See y'all next time.
Bye.